Welcome back to Boiled Odin Productions, the gateway to your next adventure. 21st day of September, in the year 1937. There and back again. A franchise's tale. Now, where to begin? Yes. Concerning films. It has been almost a century since JRR Tolkien created The Hobbit, a children's book telling the epic of a halfling who ventures on the quest of a lifetime. The incredible reception and critical acclaim following the publication encouraged Tolkien to continue the story, this time around creating the legendary trilogy known as The Lord of the Rings. Now the rest is history, as this amazing universe that Tolkien created went on to inspire countless films and stories, including even outside the franchise, as it cemented itself as a cultural cornerstone, providing us with incredible adventures and a lifetime of memories. Now, the Lord of the Rings franchise really hit peak levels with the first three films that came in 2001 through 2003. Three flawless films were created in order to bring the Tolkien universe to the big screen in absolutely spectacular fashion. The Fellowship of the Ring, The Two Towers, and The Return of the King were helmed and created by the amazingly talented Peter Jackson, Philippa Boyens, and Fran Walsh. Alongside an incredible cast and a dedicated world-class team, the story came to life in a way no one could believe was possible. The ambitious risk and massive scope behind the trilogy of The Lord of the Rings was an unimaginable achievement to behold. I can safely say that thanks to the unique approach the studio and creators took with Tolkien's universe, it will be nigh impossible for any film or franchise, now or in the future, to replicate such massive success with both audiences and critics alike. The amount of passion and love that went into these three films was evident with each second on screen, as the magic of movie making kept me, and I imagine others like me, in awe of every moment within the movie. From the breathtaking set pieces, to the masterful music, and the unmatched writing and acting, everything was top-tier cinema. Now, allow me to do my best and paint for you the fantastical picture that is the holiday season of 2001. Following years of grueling non-stop work from the entire production team to create these masterclass movies, Fellowship of the Ring was set to be released, and audiences were beyond thrilled. Both the creators and the studio had a lot on the table with this immense gamble of a $300 million trilogy that was shot back to back. So the first movie carried the dreams of many on its back. And thus, Fellowship of the Ring was a gigantic success, both with new fans to the universe who enjoyed it, as well as hardcore fans who were also pleased immensely, and critics were loving it and praising the film as a smash hit. We witnessed the entire team and cast become legends practically overnight, and the film solidified itself as a masterpiece. I personally will never ever forget my absolute delight after watching it, and how it ignited a spark for adventure inside me. Now, as we all know, the following two films were received just as the first, with incredible awe. Both The Two Towers, as well as The Return of the King, were exceptionally crafted to follow in the footsteps of Fellowship of the Ring. The height of success for this trilogy surely came when the third film achieved mythical-like status after winning the Oscar for Best Picture as well as Best Director, along with 9 other Oscar wins, thus entering an exclusive club that at the time was only inhabited by Titanic and Ben-Hur. Even to this day, only these three films managed to achieve such success. The incredible feat of this trilogy managed to reawaken the imagination and love for fantasy and storytelling of viewers across all ages. And it has invigorated the passion that still to this day has not subsided one bit. So much so that Amazon invested over $1 billion in the show The Rings of Power, ordering a full slate of 5 seasons. Now what I'm saying is, this trilogy of The Lord of the Rings will forever remain as the pinnacle of fantasy storytelling on the big screen, at least for me, as my love for this universe continues, even after 2 decades. And I truly doubt it will diminish in any capacity or at any time. The Lord of the Rings is both fundamental as well as a vital franchise. This trilogy managed to capture the wonder and imagination of anyone who has experienced it. It made so many people's childhoods and inspired countless other tales. I truly believe that without these brilliant books and films, our cultural library would have been all the lesser for it. I will continue to rewatch this incredible trilogy again and again, enjoying it even more and more with each viewing. Now, currently, we have 6 films and 1 show available for us to watch, at least until Season 2 of The Rings of Power comes out. The 6 films are The Lord of the Rings, The Fellowship of the Ring, The Lord of the Rings, The Two Towers, and The Lord of the Rings, The Return of the King. Then there are the 3 prequels, The Hobbit, An Unexpected Journey, The Desolation of Smaug, The Battle of the Five Armies, and finally the Season 1 of The Rings of Power. So go ahead and dive into the incredible world of Middle-earth. Watch the movies and show, read the books and play the video games, and find everything that ignites your passion. I hope you enjoyed this video, and thanks for spending your time with me. Until our next adventure, y'all stay classy.